You have to get to that point in your life where you realize that everything's actually God. Like, you don't look at someone or you don't look at some situation for it being fucked up or it being, bad that it happened. You look at it like it was supposed to happen. You look at it like it had to happen. It needed to happen for you to gain the wisdom, gain the experience, for you to go through it and come out on the other side to become the person that you are becoming. This is the path. And you may say it's fucked up. You may say, you may hold a resentment or judgment on people, but don't look at them as people. Look at them as spirits teaching you a lesson. This is coming from such a higher level of awareness, but you must have that if you want to actually see this life for what it is. Everything just is. You may think that it's good or that it's bad, but everything just is. Our thinking makes it so. So when something happens in your life, like financial issues or a breakup or a business failure, whatever it may be, or you go back and you binge on drinking when you were committed to stop drinking or doing drugs, you had to do that. You had to go through that. That was part of your lesson for you to get where you want to go. You had to go through that so that you could raise your awareness to the level of really understanding it. For some reason, it was part of your journey. Everything that's taking place in your life is all part of your journey. You have to start looking at it as that and not trying to rush things, not trying to force things, and allowing them to take place. Be more forgiving, have more gratitude for the things that take place in your life, for the things that you have right now. Because what you have right now was once what you only wished for. Think about it. The things in your life right now. If you were to have these things that you have right now 10 years ago, you'd be extremely happy. Extremely happy. So take that into consideration and start to be grateful for the things that take place in your life. Because life is not happening to you. It's happening for you. For the fulfillment of the vision that you have in your mind. What you know in your heart is true, and you're listening to your conscience, the authentic voice of God, as you walk this path. Like I said, don't look at people as people. Look at them as spirits teaching you a lesson or being part of your journey, whatever it may be. Like, if we can really let go of the pain that's been brought to us, the frustration, the hatred that's been brought to us, and rather look at it like maybe that was supposed to redirect us. Maybe that was us having to go through that to see that way. Or even if it is hate, you're getting hate from someone, maybe you had to experience that to develop thicker skin, to develop a stronger mindset. And it only comes to the pain and the discomfort where we grow. So anything in your life that happens that's painful or uncomfortable, give thanks for it because it's causing you to grow. One of the hardest things for me was speaking in front of a room. And now I speak every single day. But for some time, that was like the worst thing. That was the last thing I'd want to do, was go speak in front of a room. I was terrified of what people thought of me. I had all these insecurities. I had very little self-confidence. I didn't feel I was worthy to even stand in front of a room and have people listen to me and only me. But I had to go through that experience of thinking all those thoughts for me to break through to the other side, for me to see it so much from the other side, because we have to experience that pain for us to change. Like, you're not going to change anything in your life unless it's actually pressing you and there's an urgency to change it, right? It's either through inspiration or through sacrifice, going through the hardest of the hard and realizing that I can't do that anymore. I can't drink anymore. I can't do drugs. I can't play video games. I can't do these things anymore. It's not getting me the results that I want. So understand that you're going to have to let some things go to get where you want to go in this life. It's tough. It's difficult. Yeah, it sucks. But the sooner that you accept it and the sooner that you understand that, yeah, it's going to be tough and it's going to be difficult, the sooner you're going to get there. Because that's the exact attitude that you would need to shift to the next level. You would have to be willing to accept it. You would have to be willing to say, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna go through it, because those thoughts aren't going away until you break through. Until you say, I don't care what thoughts I'm thinking. I'm going to get up in front of that room and I am going to speak. Yeah, it was terrifying. Yeah, it was uncomfortable. Yeah, I had all these thoughts. But after it was over, I didn't speak to anyone. After I spoke, I would just go sit down and I would just be relieved. I didn't even care. I didn't get confirmation of what they thought. Hey, what'd you think of that? You know, what thoughts were going through your mind? I didn't think any of that because I did what I had to do. And in reality, no one really cares. And the sooner that you realize that this life is very short, then you'll realize I just have to stop caring. I have to stop giving a fuck about what other people think, and I have to only care about what I think. Only value my own opinion. Too many people are valuing other people's opinions. Why? It's because they think that they know what's better. It's because they haven't listened to themselves enough. If you listen to your conscience and you remove all these distractions, the TV, social media, YouTube, podcasts, music, all these distractions that are pulling your attention away, if you just got clear on you and sat with yourself in silence and started to become aware of the thoughts that you were having and realizing that those aren't you, those are just the program, then you'd realize, oh shit. You'd have to face the fears of you, your insecurities. You'd have to look at them for what they are and be able to see through them. That only comes from having deep thought. That only comes from having self-reflection. So, to wrap this up, everything in your life is happening for you. Trust everything that's taking place has to take place. Detach from the idea of your ego. Detach from the idea of this person or that thing, because it's really a construct of your own imagination by how your consciousness is shaped through life experiences and other things. So when you realize it's all a facade of what you make it to be, because things aren't things, people aren't people, you make them so. You create the ideas that they are. And you believe them to be true, and you still hold to them to be true until you shift your perception. You shift your perception, you change your whole life.